Howdy folks, Scott Dresser here again for Conus the Contractor's Life. So Trevor and Richard covered down on why the single point sling, and that's why I like it. Now there are, again, the 2-point system, depending on where you put the second point, okay, whether you put the first one here, somewhere else, wherever you put it, and the second one, again, that is going to be, as some guys have told me, they're right, it is a more secure system. There's things you can do with that kind of a system that you can't do with a single point sling. So like a lot of things, aside from being true to preference, a lot of it is purpose and application driven, okay? So if I'm going to be mobile, if I'm going to be doing a lot of walking, running, if I'm going to be getting in and out of vehicles especially, I want a shorter platform, so I'm probably going to want like a 10-inch barrel, not a 14 or 16-inch barrel, but I'm going to want a single point sling, not a double point. Doesn't mean you can't, but it's going to be a lot easier getting in and out and doing the things you need to do with a single point sling. So there's a lot of things we can cover on that, but those are the reasons why a lot of us choose a single point sling. And it is, as he was saying, when you need to just move it out of the way, you just move it out of the way and you do what you got to do. You come back and get back in the fight. But, you know, we'll cover down on my take on that later. What we want to do now is cover down on what a lot of guys refer to as kit. Your carriers, plate carriers, your vests, whatever you want to call them. Man, there is no shortage of them. There's all kinds of them out there. Everybody seems to be making them now. And there's all kinds of claims to fame about which one's the best and why. So you've got basically a minimalist rig here that Trevor has. One of my boys has that, and a lot of guys, you know, this is just basically a minimalist rig. Basically just for your ammunition, pistols, rifle, maybe your radio, maybe some chem lights or chem sticks, whatever you want to call them. Maybe use this as a drop bag for spent magazines, whatever. But so it's a minimalist rig. Mine, again, it was dictated in part by where I was working at the time I picked it up, okay? So, but I got this, a friend of mine developed it, and based on the stuff we were using over there, this rig balanced the weight perfectly, because we were carrying, I got level 4 plates in there now, combined, they're maybe 15 pounds combined. Before, when I was working overseas, where I was using this, when I got it, we were carrying the Hardock steel. So I was carrying about 50 pounds of steel just in the plate. Forget about everything else that was on there. This did a tremendous job of spreading everything out and distributing the weight evenly so I didn't wear out my back, my hips, and everything else, okay? Again, it's got its limits. There's only so many things I can put on there, but unless we're going to the combat, you know, and we're going to be hiking around and doing the things we need to do in an offensive operation, these are the kinds of sorts of things that you really need. I've got my pistol magazines, my rifle magazines, I've got more MOLLE and stuff I can Velcro on, whatever I need. I can put my tourniquets up here, I can put my chem sticks in there, I can put more stuff on there, whatever I need to do, okay? So again, which one's the best? Everybody's going to have a comment about that one. I'm not sure there is a best one. If there is, I haven't met it, but I've seen some really good ones, and I've worn some good ones. Again, it just depends on what you need and what you're using it for, okay? You might just need a minimalist, you might need this, you might need more than that, okay? So when it comes to kit and rigs, you may not even need one, okay? I mean, most of the time when we're working, I'm working, Trevor's working, and other guys we know, most of the time, we're just wearing our street clothes, whether it's business casual, blue jeans, whatever. Some of us might occasionally put soft armor underneath, but that's pretty much it. But there's limitations on soft armor as well. I mean, but like anything, like we've talked about before, folks, anything you use, anything you wear, anything you accoutresize yourself with, you got to practice with it. You got to wear it. You got to try the different things. So whatever you're going to do, a single point sling, a dual point sling, if you're going to use a level 0 or no safety at all on your holster, a level 2, level 3, level 4, whatever. You got to practice with it. Whether you carry your pistol up front, exposed, or concealed in back, whatever, you just got to practice with it, okay? And you're either going to like it or you're not. Some guys like Safari, some guys like Blackhawk. I mean, you can just go down the list. It's endless. But you just find what works for you, what fits in your hands, what fits your body, and what works. Practicality, that's what it's all about. Functionality, practicality, as long as it works. As you can see, I got 550 cord on my single point sling, to attach it to because I didn't have the tools. I didn't want to spend the money and the time, but it works, folks, and it's been like that for years. It hasn't slipped at all. It looks goofy, but it works, and that's what I'm talking about. A field expedient. I did the same thing overseas at one location. So we'll touch down on some more things. There's a lot of things. Thank you for your feedback. Any comments you guys have, good, bad, indifferent, throw them at us. If you got questions, whatever, you know how to contact us. Just send it to info@oconustcl.com. Again, thanks for tuning in. Scott Dresser and my friend Trevor Ritchie for Oconus Contractors Life. Remember to be careful what you wish for, folks. Stay frosty, and until next time, keep it real.